We've got a special guest joining in on the show this evening. We've got Deepak Kapoor, chairman of PwC India, joining in with his perspective on all that's going around. Mr. Kapoor, thanks for joining us here on ET Now. Firstly, has the overwhelming sense of optimism surrounding the new Modi regime translated to action on the ground? We've been getting a lot of mixed reviews, from corporate India. What's your sense?
We are actually globally going through a very, very interesting times, very challenging times, and of course, times full of opportunities. And why do I say that? If you look at, there has been a period of sustained economic uncertainty, clubbed with newer technologies coming, very disruptive ones and that, and everybody is being scrutinized a hell of a lot. So I think there is a need for building trust in society, in building trust in business all over. And India is no exception to that rule. Coming directly to your question, I think there is a very clear sense of optimism with the new government which has come in place. And I'm saying it more from foreign investors' point of view because we deal with them during our business. And there is definitely a great hope. Early days, but we will have to see which direction it takes.
It's almost a month into his maiden budget, the first by Arun Jaitley and also the Modi government. You had time to now assess the fine print as well. What do you make of this, and do you really think it has laid down the roadmap for some really big bang announcements in the next 6 to 8 months?
I think to be fair to the finance minister and the new government, within a very limited time of a couple of months, I personally believe they did a very good job of making the budget. It was directional, and I think it did send out all those messages. I think now is the time when there are going to be some bigger announcements and initiatives, etc., which we are all looking forward to. Look at infrastructure. Look at, if you look at the roads and other projects being cleared. If you look at various other initiatives which have been started by the government, I think the next 4 to 5 months, both in terms of newer announcements, as well as some early signs of some implementation are going to be very, very interesting.
Mr. Kapoor, the other thing that we want to talk about with you was on the new Companies Act, which many feel has put India Inc. on the back foot with its stringent provisions. I know the government is reviewing it, but especially those provisions surrounding related party pacts within big conglomerates. How much of a compliance burden has this proved to be in your experience?
Yeah, I think first an overall thing, I think Companies Act, revamping the Companies Act and having a new one was a very, very good initiative. Having said that, I think some of the sections and clauses in that definitely needed a re-review, if I may call it so, and I'm very encouraged by the fact that the new government is actually going on that route. There are some sections which can be done by issuing notifications, etc. There are certain other important areas for which the Act may need a change if it has to be, and that may have to follow a longer process. Coming specifically to your question on related party transactions, I think that's, first of all, a very, very important way of looking at it, and I think the Companies Act has some very good clauses to see.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.